man, over some data. I mean, there's like smart ways to think about that, and I'm all about that too. My point is that we got to get organized and educated, man. So yeah. Anyway, fucking ice. Well, and they need to keep doing that. You know what I mean? Everybody's just got to focus on what they can do. You know what I mean? Like if there's a certain group of the community, or of however much of the community, they have to do what they have to do, and they can't deviate from that. I understand that. You know, everyone has to be where they need to be. There's others who can do more, or who have, like I have right now, the privilege and the time and space to focus on being self-employed, and I'm committed to that. You know, so I'm not the only one right now in that space. But I don't know anybody else like that right now either. I'm trying to find more people, and actually this month I've been meeting more with business. Yeah, I've actually been meeting with business groups that help you get your shit together. So there's been that. Anyway, I've been talking a lot, like, but yeah, like people that are working, like they got to do that. But like actually, I started taking Spanish and art class. This dude, he teaches Spanish and art, so he'll say some shit in Spanish and then translate, and then he'll draw, and we'll just like talk about things. So he's really inspired by what I bring and talk about, like about human rights, about getting organized, you know. But he talks like he's similar to what you're saying, you know, because he's got kids, and he's got, you know, he's got to teach. He's a teacher. He's doing this thing on the side. He's doing some other things, and you know, and we never get around to it. But I always want to tell him, like, yeah, man, you got to do that. But the thing he's able to do is he's able to teach me Spanish in what little ways that I can get it. You know, like I can't go all the time, but so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's better than just not even doing it, you know. But words, bunch of fucking words everywhere. Cause you know, man, I keep getting on my fucking stump, dude. Cause fucking Asheville is just a blizzard, dude. It's a fucking blizzard out here, and it's just white people. It's white people out the ass, dude. So much white people and so much fucking money. You know, that's there. You know, that's everywhere, honestly, and it's hidden, and that always stays hidden. I mean, they come out and do things every now and then, but you know, they stay in the background. They know they don't have to be out anywhere because they're already in the system. Yeah, dude. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's yeah, man, for sure. It's not a matter of opinion to me. It's a fact, you know. Because to me, as soon as our colonial ancestors, that boot hit the ground on the beach, in the Mesoamerican areas of what is now Florida and what is now called Mexico and what is now called South America, as soon as those Portuguese feet, those any of those fucking feet hit the ground, dude, that was when it began, and it hasn't stopped. So, and here in Asheville, you know what I appreciate is like you guys, even though I can't see your faces, I understand that I can feel that you guys understand what I'm talking about, you know, because you're I mean, I don't know, Junior, you look Mexican, dude. You look like a brown person. You know what I mean? I don't really look like a brown person as much. But 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 what I'm saying is that you guys deal like maybe not, I don't know. Yes, you deal with fucking white people who are terrified. Probably. I can't even speak because we've never talked about it, and I've never asked. And so Right. See, I never experienced that. I blend into their world. You know, it's called passing, man. I'm passing as white. So, you know, I don't really deal with their fear until I do something that invalidates my whiteness, or that, you know, yeah, that's how they would interpret it for sure, you know. And you know, it is radical. I don't want to identify as white because that's a colonial thought form, you know. Like I don't want any part of that, because by just even identifying with that, it's like you're allowing their framework. Hey, go ahead. I mean, you know, there's the stereotypes, you know, and then you know, I'm not even interested really, because it's like it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? Like it just. Well, hmm fear. It's yeah, who knows, man? And I can't speak for kind of that area you're in. You know, whatever the current trend is. And I mean, look to Trump, dude. That's your dude, man. You know what I mean? Like maybe that. Because honestly, I'm not really around white people that are gonna tell me like that. I mean, I pass, and it means like yeah, but I'm honestly I'm more in public spaces where people are more aware of what they're saying, and that doesn't mean they're not thinking it. That doesn't mean they're not thinking it either. So even subconsciously, you know, or that they have those stereotypes. But yeah, you know, so I wouldn't. I honestly don't know what the common one. I mean, really, the last stereotype I heard was from Trump. Um, you know, but what I, dude, and it's not. And what's been proven in the past couple of weeks is that it's not just limited to what we think is stupid people. All right. There's a guy in New York. There's a guy in New York who lost his. This is a lawyer. I think it's in New York or Seattle, one of these fucking places. He lost his fucking mind because some ladies were speaking Spanish while he was trying to get coffee. You saw that? You heard it? You heard about that? Yeah. And then the other lady that called the barbecue. What? Fuck, they did, dude. They brought some mariachi out the ass on that motherfucker, man. But
Barnstep, watch that! I'm hurt! I'm hurt! Alright, man, I'm good. Uniform! Fucker's down!
I pay taxes in my country. You need to get out of my country. All this ignorant bullshit. I didn't even watch. Once again, I didn't even watch the whole thing, man. I ain't interested in all that bullshit.
That one's dead. That fucker's dead.
So, you know, there's that guy, and then the other lady in Sacramento, or not Sacramento, in California that called the police on the barbecue. You heard about that lady? Dude, she's a fucking doctor from Stanford, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. In chemical engineering. Chemical fucking engineering. You know, like, so here's the deal, man. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. Doesn't matter your fucking education level, okay? You can be a racist piece of shit. That's just the way it works. and so the solution to racism is anti-racism, and that is a mindset. It's an attitude. You know, it's to be anti-racist, because clearly any other form of trying to deal with racism isn't working for the past X amount of hundreds of years. Well, well, they're only there because we say they're there. They're only there because they've been, we agree and construct them. That's the only thing that keeps them going. That's why I'm saying we need to need to educate each other and organize and support each other. I mean, there's so many like systems that we could just as humans put in place to preserve our sanity, preserve our access to supply of food and health and all these things. Like all the means to do that is in our hands. The technology to do that is in our hands, to give everyone everything they need. It's just a matter of doing it. That's it. Well, it's only hard if you, I don't know, like I said, my brain has been like in this shit, man. All this shit, like just trying to organize with people and organize this in this town in Asheville, and like I said, I appreciate just that I can already tell when I talk to you guys that you can hear what I'm saying and kind of relate to it, because most of the time, most white people, either who are from Asheville or who are tourists, most tourists in Asheville, they're afraid, man. And if you talk some truth to them, it's just like they get so fucking scared, you know? And it's just crazy. It's fucking crazy. And it's...
We're good to go.
Anyways, words. So yeah, I can, you know, I understand it can seem daunting and difficult and hard, but it's what we're here to do, man. Like, for real. Like, our life mission is to just get this shit to fucking work out. At least that's my feeling. I ain't gonna say it's everybody's thing. I'm just saying that's what I feel called to do. Low stress, no stress.
Cover me. All done. Let's go.
Yeah, man. You know, I did that shit for 2 years. It's not a very long time, but that's what I did. I was full time at this place, full time at school, and
Thanks.
and then I just said, you know what, this isn't working. None of this is really actually working. So you know, because the bowling alley I was working at, the kitchen there was just managers didn't give a fuck, the owners didn't give a fuck. Because it was just like a side project investment for them that was just making money. I mean, basically all they had to do was just make sure that they could just rake in the money. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to make sure it was clean. They didn't have to make sure anything even made sense as far as anything, man. They didn't have to give a fuck. And I just like, you know what? If I'm gonna put my energy in making this place be great, I want to put that energy in my own shit, you know? Even if I am getting paid a somewhat decent wage, I just don't, it's not fucking, it just wasn't worth it. That is probably an emotional decision, but I'm committed, and I don't give a fuck, so. Words. I appreciate that. I'm wasting my time. Wasting my own fucking time, man. Fuck. Well, I mean, I probably could have been managing that place, but it's like, fuck, I don't want that place in my resume. You know, and I don't want to take the time to make it a place worth, so I just want my own shit, man. Fuck it. I watched my dad fucking try to make that bar work, and he drove it into the ground. But you got to keep it clean, and you just got to. What he didn't have is he didn't have a fucking plan. He thought he could just walk in there, drop the cash, or whatever the fuck he had, or whatever, But he had no systems. He had no plan. And all I need to do is take the time to make a plan, to get a budget together, and it's all white people, isn't it? It's all fucking white people, isn't it? So, and you know what? It's not about white people. It's just I'm drawing a line, man. It's just this white supremacy blindness. It's just thus far and no further. It was really interesting because we had a delegation from Nigeria come in April. This is something that Valeria has been organized with since 2006, and sometimes a group comes and visits, and it was actually nuts. I was busy trying to get this whole they were visiting for it was 11 of them for 10 days, and I had to help get the schedule together and get all this stuff kind of put together for it, and then out of nowhere, fucking ICE starts terrorizing basically this county and the neighboring county. And actually there's more, the Mexican population is greater than the black population here. And the black population in Asheville has been completely decimated. Yeah, they've either left Asheville, that's pretty much it. And pretty much all the land that, any property they've had is just shrunk. It's a horrible story, dude. And it's just a reflection of the way it's all done across America.
Watch each other's backs.
And to me, it just fuels my passion for it just to be there's nothing wrong with it just making it the right way.
Let's go.
It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. All this shit is crazy. If we just take time to acknowledge that, we can uncrazy this bullshit.
I'm all done. Let's go.
I'm just patient as fuck, dude. Or something. I mean, not that I have the answers. I don't know. Something. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. You're right.
That fucker's dead.
Pretty much.
Fuck, I'm down!
You're on the grid, man.
I'm fucking dying
Hang on,
over
hang on a
here!
sec, I'll fix that.
You're fucking in the net.
Oh, stop me! Flashlight, right there! One less uniform! Hey, that one's dead.
Oh, you gotta watch that stream, dude. This guy just got shot and he did a flip.
Thanks.
Yeah, man, that's funny as fuck.
Got a uniform right there! Uniform down! Boom! Shit!
Yeah, man, take care. Thanks for hanging out.
Cover me. I gotta pack up.
Peace, man. You got shit to do. No, I get you, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. That's cool, man. It's all good, man. I get energized as fuck when I'm around my family, man. I'm so grateful. Cause I've just been isolated, dude, and so but hey, I fucking get it.
Watch my ass.
I talked to my dad a couple days ago, and
Let's go.
I texted Gabe a couple weeks ago. He was texting me or some shit. Said he was going to hang out with Armando before he was about to graduate, I think. I haven't really talked to Isabel or anything, and Jaime, yeah, last time I talked to him, I was in Arizona, but he didn't want to hang out with me because I was with Valeria, and I called him a coward, and I left him a voicemail calling him a coward, and then he got mad. Then he finally responded, so that's what it took. I mean, none of this is very mature, but you know.
All done. Let's go.
Good to go.
All done.
I
Let's go.
I don't even remember, dude. Honestly, it was on probably an old phone I had, and it's all fucking gone. So I don't know. Oh shit! You dropped out of high school? Shit, dude, I dropped out of college, and you dropped out of high school. What the fuck is up? Fuck yeah, man. Dude, me and you, man, we're gonna hold the balance for peace in this life, Junior. I tell you, dude.
Uniform!
Dude, man, seriously, I don't even give a fuck about paper, man. I'm like, it's do or fucking die, man. Nice.
Turret down.
Hey, I did it because my, you know, honest, dude, the honest fucking truth, reason I got out is like, one, I mean, there's a couple of them. One is like, I just started off on the wrong foot. I was not prepared. I mean, there was just a lot that I needed to do before the semester even started, and I just didn't have any of it done, dude. And that fucked me. That fucked me royally.
Firefly, right there! Got one down!
And then, and then that, you know, that just made everything so much harder. And then it came down to, man, my fucking body, man. My fucking body just couldn't keep up with it.
That fucker's dead! Set the boat, watch your ass! Down one unit.
In January.
Ammo! I'm hurt! I'm hurt!
Hell yeah.
Phone set. Watch your ass.
Help me out! Help me! Get your ass over
I
here!
hear your Mexican accent. I hear the Spanish accent more. Yeah, dude, it's like, I'm not hanging around Mexican people.
That one's
No, you're my family, man. You know what I mean? Like, you sound like Junior, dude. I sound different, huh? I sound like Southern Brit.
Come on, man, cover me!
all done. Let's go.
I'm good to go.
Hey, man, you sound like a fake gangster, man. Man, I can't wait till we can just... I don't know. Do we? It's like Spanish. It's just a Spanish accent. It's like... I don't even know, man. Like, it's like when you speak Spanish, you just like, you know, you speak Spanish a long time, and then you talk the way, kind of like Grandma would talk, man. Grandma would be like, hello, oh, okay, and yeah, that's nice, and you sound like Cheech and Chong. You know, these are the stereotypes, I guess.
Try some smoke on your sides.
But, yeah, man.
Keep breathing. I got this.
Good times. I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about a lot of bullshit, probably. Yeah? That game was the shit, bro. Yeah. Mega Man 64, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. And then I got the 64 one later. That's crazy. That's funny, dude. You know, and then my cousin here in North Carolina, he sent me a text saying basically what you just said. Like, yeah, man, I remember when you showed me video games in the basement at my grandfather's house, and
Let's go.
he's like, those are some fond memories. I'll always remember those as fond memories. He was saying something like that, and I was like, that's cool, man.
Ah, keep them coming.
I can't help it.
Keep breathing. I got this.
Just that's my truth, man. That's my you know, I bring healing through video games, man. That's what I do.
Close.
Do you know that?
Hurry the hell up! I'm fucking dying!
I bring healing through video games.
Down.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go.
Fucking dying
Fucker
over
ain't
here.
getting up. Keep breathing. I got this. I'll fix you up.
I still do. Junior, I'm fucking serious, man. Okay, here's the thing, man. Junior, I'm committed to everyone in my family that wants to be interested in developing the spiritual tools that we have, so that we
That was dead.
can be successful in our life, because we're not successful by accident or, you know, even fucking planning. I mean, that's part of it, but I've come to believe that having a strong spiritual core, mental, emotional, cosmic core
Let's go.
is vital to success, because I feel it puts us in harmony with natural laws in the universe, in the world, that seek to be in harmony with us, but we only have to, you know, I'm getting fucking vague, and I tend to stay vague, but damn it, like, for example, I'll give you this, and then I won't ever tell you any more about it unless you ask. But I will say to keep up, and that I ask for all our family, and I pray for all our family to keep up their protection. And there's protection in the form of a great blue flame. I would even say maybe it's even a conscious blue flame, and generally, you know, Archangel Michael, he's an aspect of that blue flame. And that I would challenge you to humor me and just envision that great blue flame around yourself, our family, and around the planet. And so that we may always be protected and guided on a balanced path. So that, you know, because I wanna hear you talk about your business, man. Even if you don't want a business, I want to hear you talk about your dreams and your plans. And just make space in your head for those things, and you can tell me to shut up anytime. Because I talk and talk and talk, man, because I know you got to get up. But anyway, that's it. Those are my words. Words. What time you got to be up in the morning, man? Ah, that's cool. No, that's not bad at all. Yeah, man. Cooking, man. I can't wait to cook with my family. I can't tell you, man, the visions of just being back with my family, but it'd be on my terms, you know. I want to get my success, man. I don't want to just. I mean, I might visit, or I'm not. I mean, my dad wants me to visit. I need to visit. I'm gonna visit in August. Because little Gabe's birthday is in August, so he's got two twins and a little boy, two twin girls and a little boy. I know. What is that? Chill-fi or lo-fi or some shit?
We've heard there's supplies in the area. But there's
No, or
uniforms
the chill
skulking
hop?
around too. Watch each other's backs.
Sons of bitches.
Chill cow. Dude, that's so awesome, man. Wait, did I show you that shit, or did you show me that shit? I don't know. That's the best shit, man. I love that shit. It's nice not having some corporate, like, rhythms or something. Like, here's just some milk toast rhythms for you. Yeah. Yeah, man, I just want us to hold the vision, dude. Like I told my little cousin, I told him me and him are holding the balance for peace in this family. And I told another family friend of ours today, you know, she's been going through some problems. Her mother died last year randomly. And you know, and then that was crazy. Like what? My dad's wife's mom died randomly last year. Yeah, you didn't know about that? Yeah, yeah, I forget. But yeah. Fucking money, man. But yeah. It's a tool. It's a tool, man. That's all I see. It's just a tool. You know,
All done. Let's go. Ain't got many left. Sorry, keep it up, bitches.
yeah. Yeah.
Firefly, watch yourself.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Hey, watch my ass.
All done. Let's go.
I just want us to have better visions for ourselves, you know? That's what I want, man. I want us to have, like, and I'm not saying it just takes, like, a lot more fucking, I don't even know how to describe it, man. Well, no, that's not what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about, what I'm talking about is us creating our own life, you know? And just that
Uniform down.
I've just become
Wait a sec, I'll fix you up.
so skeptical, man, of everybody
I'll fix you
else's
up.
in a way. It's like two things at the same time. It's like one, I'm skeptical, but I'm also taking what I agree with and what I understand and what makes sense. You know what I mean? And like from everything in a way. And what I mean is like, I just feel like I've come to see my capacity in being conscious as a great gift. And I just I want humanity, I want my family, I want myself, I want all of
Good
us,
to go.
but mostly myself to start. I want to really just not be constrained, man. And I keep staying vague. How can I get specific here? Let me get specific. I don't know. I'm getting self-employed. Self-employed. Try to what? hmm Well, and part of it, like I said, I'm so isolated, so I just get so excited. Being around my family, I just probably start talking bullshit, man. Like, hey, man, I'm gonna get a rocket. We're gonna go to the moon, man. It's like that shit from Castaway, dude at the fucking volleyball. Yeah, you remember that shit? Yeah, he was like lost on the island, and he found this fucking volleyball, and he just turned it into a face, and he just called it Wilson because there's a Wilson volleyball. I just like, man, I want to live in the moment, and I understand, man, like there's a lot of pride in living simply, and I want to live simply too, but I also want to live fully. You know, I think what's kind of, it's when we compare and talk about your parents, my aunt and uncle there, it's like they've already lived their life. You know, they've gone to Mexico a bunch of times, and you know, they just want to see you guys grow up and like, and I love that, man, because I heard you talking about what they want.
Fuck, I'm down.
And I've heard your mom say that, just those things, to be smiling. And she says that, and I love that. You know, I've heard her say that, and I heard her say it when you said it. And those are very beautiful things, man. And
Fuck, I'm down.
so, yeah, I agree. Like, I want to live simply, too. Go ahead. Yeah, they're ready to kick back and watch you goofballs grow up, man. You know, see what we're gonna do. They're ready to see what we're gonna fucking do, honestly. You know what? I bet if they were fucking real, they're fucking bored probably, man. I'm just shooting out my ass, but seriously. They're probably like, our whole family's probably just like, what the fuck are we gonna do, man? What are the Castanedas or the Sotos or the Sosetos? You know, or the fucking, you know, any of the other connectors there. I don't give a fuck your last name, man. If we got blood or, you know, if you're in my aura at that point, man, you know what I mean? So my point is, you know, me and you, we have a relationship. We have a common language. And I'm not talking about Spanish, but I mean, that will be one soon. God's willing, Ashe, practice anytime, every time. But I have to communicate in English. I got, hace es fresca. Hace es fresca. Isn't that the weather? I don't know. The weather's fresh. Hace es fresca. This dude's from Texas, dude, so he's got his Texas. Yup. But yeah, I'm saying, you know, yeah, hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es Cuatro. That's not a number. ¿Cómo te sientes? What am I sitting on? Or what is my... ¿Cómo te sientes? Oh, wait, I took a picture of that card. He showed me a card that had all the emotions on it, I think. Hold on. I got this. I'm gonna cheat. Nah, dude, he's, you know, here, okay. Bien. Tengo hambre un poquito. Mucho preocupado. No. Mucho preocupadix. Preocupados. Oh, no, no, no. I'm worried. No, no. Preocupado. Yee, boy, you worried, man? Hey, homie, are you preocupado? But look, man, we got a common language. We share a culture, not only like in the Spanish, but even though you only play video games once a week, I consider you a gamer. You know, you're a gamer. Hey, me and you can cook. We, I feel like really, man, once the business shit's hitting, man, I want to be able to just, I don't know. Anyway, so, dude, and just hold space in your brain for you to see the world differently, man, and to see your life differently. Okay, don't just see yourself at that fucking retirement home, like I did
We've heard
at
there's
that alley.
there's uniforms.
Nothing wrong with it, man. I mean, experience is good. I need, I know I'm gonna need more experience. Yeah, I know, man. Like, that's the only reason, yeah, man, that's the only reason you do it. I'm in just a weird position right now where this is just where I'm at, and I've chosen to just sacrifice just a little bit of I don't know, man. It feels like a sacrifice. But it's not about that, it's about just like, I'm just not gonna go down this path. Anyway, go for it.
Getting up. Uniform!
All done, let's go. Oh, shit, I have to wrap this up.
Huh. Cool. Yeah, I hear a little bit. Hey man, that made me realize I should take my guitar tomorrow. Yeah. Reminds me of bluegrass, man. Not really. It's I don't know. I just haven't been interested in it lately.
Careful, man! He's got a rifle.
Oh, get your ass over here!
Tourist down!
Shit, I gotta wrap this up.
Wait a sec, I'll fix you up. Shit,
Yeah.
that was close.
Careful now, the firefly!
Yeah, I mean, the sounds not so bad.
Fucking got me.
Uh-uh.
Boom!
No. Uh-uh. Yeah, just boots, right? Okay. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, it's just denim, right? Wash it and press it or whatever.
Let's go.
Hey, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Good to go.
Huh. Seriously, man, what do you want to do with your life, man? Like, I get you're focused on money, and that's cool. Like, nothing wrong with that. I'm not even trying to discourage that. Like, I'm trying to focus on money too. Like, I know it sounds like I'm just kicking back, but really, dude, it's do or die. Like, I gotta figure this shit out. That's why I'm shaking you. I'm trying to shake them on my family. Like, can we work together somehow? You know, support each other. I mean, put our skills together. Like, what do you want to do? What do you keep asking yourself that? Like, do you want to? I know,
I'm down.
I'm the same way, man. Valeria's the same way, man. I mean, the key is like to find a harmony in that relationship with your life, and yourself and your life. That's what because I feel like the colonialism, it forces us to like we have to be distracted. We have to focus on something else. But it's like what we really need to be doing is focusing on ourselves.
All right, man, good to go.
Yeah. Yep. Even the word Mexican is like Mexica, and even that is like it's not even the name of anything, it's just a description. It's an adjective of the brown people, like, because I think it's similar to the word mestizo or something like that, it's
Wait a sec, I'm fixing you up. I'll hurry the hell up. I'm fucking shit, that was close.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a relationship between the word Mexico and Mexica and mestizo. You know what I'm saying? There's a relationship there. Nahuatl. Yeah. Yep. The colonials. The colonial masters. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Well, there were a bunch of tribes. There was a bunch of different tribes. A bunch of different cultures. And the common language was Nawa, but they had different dialects and stuff like that, and different, just kind of their own different spins on it. But once the colonials showed up and they're like, oh, everybody's the Aztecs, or oh, you're a little bit different, you're all Aztecs. Yeah, the way they fucking do. Basically. Pretty much.
Uniform down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 But we have tools, man. We have tools to be stronger than all this. And we have to. It's a daily practice. And like I said, I'm committed, man, to helping my family figure it out. Because as we practice this stuff together, it multiplies the effects, man. I mean, that's just, it's like science. It's like fucking physics.
I'm set. Watch your ass.
Hang on.
Dad!
I'm down. Come on now, keep breathing. I got
And
this.
that's why I'm always gonna push, man, for us to be focused. If I can really get you and Gabe and, just everybody, man. And I know everybody has their own schedules, like I'm patient and I'm low stress, no stress. So the best way really is I have to figure out how to present it to you guys in a way that you can digest it and see yourself in it. Or and at the same time, I challenge you guys to meet me at the table and make that proposal, you know, instead of it, you know, me bringing it to you guys in a way. But I'm just moving on all fronts, all the tracks. That's why I keep asking, what do you want to do? I know you're cooking right now. That's cool. I'm great. I know, right? Fucking humans, dude. We just show up on Earth, and we're just like, what do you want to do? I don't know. Yeah, man, let's get a building and let's sell some shit, dude. I mean, really, it's like, I'm telling you, man. You know, I have my idea for business. It's similar to the one I took Gabe to, the Ignite thing. Valeria has a business. Yeah, and Valeria has a business for selling art. And so right now, in Asheville's an art town, we're going to focus on the selling art part and see if we can really get that business off the ground, you know? But man, it's, you know, I mean, the sky's the fucking limit, man. Because I want to make games. You know, part of Valeria's art is making clothes and making the custom lines of clothes. So I'm into that. She wants to, like, make a suit for me or make, like, 2 suits or something. I don't know. But it's like, I'm going to help her design it, and we're going to make it, like, look really fucking cool. You know what I mean? And, like, we're going to get all this cool, nice fucking fabric and have these custom patterns and shit, man. And I don't even know what it's going to look like yet, but... So it's like little pieces like that kind of are going to help me...
Give me a sec.
Because
that,
for example, that suit is going to have something to do with my video gaming business, you know what I mean? Either by color or style or design, you know, I don't really know yet, but... So I always want to keep bringing things into the same arena, you know what I mean? It's all got to be uniform and branded, you know, like... And then Valeria's floating the idea that maybe we have to have an S corp or an LLC, basically as a you know, it's basically a larger entity that helps to manage all these other smaller businesses. You know what I mean? So at that point, there's really no limit to what or how things are structured. The only thing is just the plans. And who does what? And I mean, like, I've been working with this other lady. She's a politician in town, but she's also a contractor. And I've been working with her. I've been trying to, you know, figure out how to kind of get organized with her because she is like a beast, man.
Hang on a sec, I'll fix you up.
And I was in a meeting with her this week, and we were talking about trying to get this market thing up. And it was me and Valeria and this other couple people at the table. And at the end of the, and, you know, trying to, dude, really trying to, and, at the end of the basically, it's this little market, you know what I mean, that we're gonna do on the corner in one of the little, near the housing developments. Anyway, it's like 40 spaces available for vendors to sell their shit, and each space costs like $25 a day. You know, it's not bad, right? Well, this lady, her name is Dee. Dee's whole point is that this... Go ahead. It's probably like, I mean, I think statewide it's like $7. They might have raised it up to 8 or 9. Average, you'd be like $9, $10 to start. I was able... where I worked was kind of bizarre, but I ended up getting like $13 an hour. But cool, man. Yeah, man, it's good shit. But yeah. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh well. Oh yeah, all right. So so Dee, this is the lady, lawyer, politician lady. her point at the end of the meeting is like, this is just small money. Basically, it's like we could make $30,000 a day with a construction project. You know what I mean? So there's so much scale to our ideas. Now I can't be in construction. I mean, I could help on the administrative side probably. And me and Valeria are actually looking at how can we kind of get at the table with D and some of these other people at the table, like to talk about grants and to talk about contracts, you know, because D, she always she goes for the big money, man. She goes for the government contracts. That's what she tells me. I don't know what any of that fucking means, man, but it just puts me and my life in fucking perspective, you know? And it lays out the runway in a sense for me too. Does that make sense? Like yeah, man, it's like, okay, I'm this early in the game. I don't care how old I am, but at this point I still have a lot to do. But I'm this early in the game, and this is good, man, to have these experiences, to be around these people who are doing some real shit. And so when I turn around to my family and talk to like you, man, like, you know, I keep asking you, what do you want to do? How can I put Junior and Gabe and Cado and, you know, Angel and Angelica? How can I help you guys, get you guys in a position where you're doing what you want to be doing and you're making the money you need to be and want?
Calm down.
You know, start from how much do you want to make? You know? And then on top of that, then you add your operating expenses. That's the article I found. It talked about how, you know, for freelancing, how do you figure out what your hourly rate is? And and the article works backwards. It's like, how much do you want to make? And then on top of that, you add your operating expenses. And then you break it all down into how many hours are available in the year. And, you know, it's just math, basically. And then XYZ, you're paying $60 an hour, basically. So yeah, you know, like, I want my family to dream big, man. I understand, like, you're in a holding pattern, you're focused. Do that. Do what you need to do, but I want to be a little Jiminy Cricket, a little bug in your ear, man. Trying to get you to dream bigger and see how can me and you harmonize our energy? How can we harmonize our actions? You know? Even if it was... No, go ahead.
All done, let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I can't go on like this.
Mm-hmm.
Come down.
That one sure is dead.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I wouldn't mind stepping back into a kitchen. Like, I know my worth now, you know? I'm way more aware of what I'm capable of, just having worked at that shitty bowling alley and have gone through culinary school at the same time. I don't have anything to back it up as far as paper, but I don't want to step in that world anymore, though, you know? I don't want anybody to need some paper from me. Fuck you. I'm done with that shit. Anyway, that's just me. And you know, I got in my loop. I loop out hard on that shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, let it out, get it out. But yeah, man, like, dude, you're saving up money. You know what it sounds like? If you're able to like save up some money, maybe once again, going back to me having a proposal and having a dollar amount, like, Junior, you know, do you want some equity in this business, basically? You know, I'm always trying to reframe, like, what is this supposed to look like, man? What's this gonna be? Because the more... Go ahead. The only thing I have is...
Come down.
Actually, no, I have nothing to show for my 2 years at Skylands. The only thing I do have is... basically the money I got from when my mom did what she did, and then the government basically gave me Social Security for that. But that's been taken care of by my grandfather and has been put away in a bank. And
Wait up.
I have to, in order for me to access it, I have to go through
All
him.
done, let's go.
Which,
All right, man, I'm good to go.
go for it. Man, we're fucking cousins, dude. Shit.
Try some smoke!
It sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, a little bit. Just kind of her face. That's about it. Smiling. Not much. I got pictures of her in some places around. It's like, Do what? I don't mind. No, it's nice to see your face. Actually, when I get my shit together, I want to set up my ancestor altar. That's part of the spiritual work stuff. Anyway, because, you know, so that I can focus energy without me actually having to be there. Yeah, I mean, you know, at an ancestor altar, you know, I'm supposed to have pictures and stuff like that, so. Yeah, man, I feel like one of the first things that me and Valeria talked about when we met, it was, like we talked about just the idea
Watch your ass!
that we have chosen everything in this life. That we have chosen our life. Because she pulled that from the Yoruba spiritual system. And the Yoruba are people from Nigeria. And it's where I've been. I've been to Nigeria through her work. And I've visited the people there, and I'm in love. You know, I want to include what we've been able to, the connections we've been able to make in Nigeria. You know, we're trying to connect that into a business too. Anyway, going back to the spiritual thing about choice that I was tangentially on. Fuck, I'm getting my ass beat in this video game. Okay. The words I'm saying begin with a statement that feels something like... Oh, I forgot already.
Fucker's down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. You're probably dead fucking tired.
Dead.
Yeah, you're young.
I'll fix you up.
Fuck!
Oh no, the choice thing, man. So in the Yoruba system, they believe before you're born, you're in the outer, you're in kind of the cosmic realm or wherever, and you're with the ancestors. You're with the what they call the Orisha. The Orisha are like basically when the Africans were brought over to South America, the Africans syncretized their deities with the saints, with the Catholic saints. Does that make sense?
Wrap this up.
So they had the Orisha, and you know the Orisha are like the saints basically. They're just aspects of elemental nature. Anyway.
Oh, he's dead.
But yeah, before you're born, they believe before you're born, you're there with the Orisha, you're there with your ancestors, you're there with the gods and God or whatever. And you go out and you pick your head. It's like in a big field or something. And when you pick your head, you know what is going to happen in that life. And that you choose that, you know? So that was a huge thing for me, you know? And it's almost like if I looked at consciousness and physical existence, it's like a system. And so before you come into it, you're out of it. And when you're out of it, I don't know what that means. Maybe we're just, you know, you're kind of like a part of everything. But somewhere out of all that, you you become the singularity of consciousness, and there is no time either, you know. So not everything is really happening in a linear fashion, you know. So it's like our whole, it's like if to me it feels like our whole life, you know, we're experiencing it as we are, but it exists throughout time and space. Does that make any sense? It's tangent to the idea. It's tangent to the idea, but yeah, man.
Boom.
So the idea that I chose this life was something that I had to sit with for a while, and to me it's powerful because I feel like it frees me from blaming other people, basically, and it frees me from blaming external forces for the way my life is. You know what I mean?
One down.
You know, like it's like, as fucked up as it is, you know, maybe on some level I chose, and that me and my mother chose this existence, that we would be together as we were, where, you know, she's my mother, and that I was going to come into this life through her, and that she would do what she's done so that I can do what I have to do, you know? Because I feel like the gift, because I choose to see it that way, the gift she's given me is what I can give back to the world, and just to show everybody that it's okay, you know? That no matter what happens, it's okay, and that, yeah, you know, things are going to be alright. It's going to suck. It's not going to feel good, but it's okay. You know, that's like part one of my system, whatever my system is. And then, you know, the other part is just like low stress, no stress, and take care of yourself, self-care. Like that's why my mom did what she did. Clearly she wasn't, you know, I can't really speak because I don't fucking know. I can only infer. But there, you know, there just wasn't systems in place for her own self-care. You know, that even today I'm still struggling with my grandfather and my aunt. They are sick. They are mentally sick, and they don't even know it, man. And they're sick the way white people are sick, which is sick the way you're sick when you're not even honest with yourself. And it's not just limited to white people, because it's not about skin color, but there's skin color plays into it too, man. But anyway, I have a lot to share, and so I'm looking forward to the point when all of us are on the same level, or not the same level, but on the same page, you know, about human rights. And I appreciate you bringing up the Nawa and our Mesoamerican ancestors, and our, you know, our pre-Columbian ancestors, and our colonial ancestors, because, you know, fucking Spain came over and decimated the indigenous population, you know, and they took all the indigenous rights away, and the only way you could get anything is if you married into the nobility of the Spain citizenry, you know. So you know, to me, man, I'm casting a big fucking net, man. I want it all in there, all the darkness, all the pain. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like the gift gives me, man. Is like I can face all that shit. You know, I can do that for you and Gabe and everybody else, because you guys gotta, you know, you guys don't have. I don't even know how to describe it. You guys have to do what you have to do, and I have to. So it's like you guys are on one level. And I'm trying to wrap my head around this other shit, man. It's almost like because you guys are doing what you're doing, it almost frees me to do it too, you know? I don't even know if that's even real, but it's probably nice to think about. But fuck, man, I mean, I wanted to turn in my lifetime, man. You know, even if that's all I accomplished in just saying it, no, that's not good enough. I'm gonna stop there. I wanted to turn in my lifetime, man. I wanted to fucking turn in my lifetime. Is that Gabe there? I heard fucking Gabe. Good times, man. Yeah, man, I can't, you know, it's a really special thing, man, living in Chicago. And being so close to people and just being able to step out on the street and walk down to the store. Man, and so it's like having had that experience and then kind of being where I'm at now and then oh, I miss it, but I have these beautiful visions of what it's going to be like when I'm able to step back into that, you know? Cuz I tell you, man, my vision is just to be self-sufficient wherever I go and to be able to have the means to be here or there when I want to be, you know? I mean, that's going to be a byproduct. That's just going to be a helpful byproduct. And to me, this all comes from the spiritual thing, man, like, because there's elements about supply and having supply of money and supply of health and all these things. It's like, I don't know. I just feel the more I focus on it, it's an inner directed power. Words. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, the visions I have, man, are coming back. Yeah, I mean, the visions, yeah, they're probably expensive as fuck.
I'm set. Watch your ass.
But it's probably expensive because,
I'm set. Watch your
but
ass.
it's nowhere near as expensive as it could be. Does that make any sense? It's like, in one sense, you gotta do business. Like, business is expensive in a way. You know, you have to have money and spend money. And like, once you're in that realm, it's like money just is like jet fuel almost. It just goes.
I'm glad you're covering my ass.
But you know, that's why we have our ancestors, man, and we have, you know, our elders with us. They keep us humble, bro. They keep us like, they keep us simple, grounded. They keep us simple and to have pride in the earth.
Ain't got many
you know,
left. Keep it up.
Because it's like when I think of rich, I think of land, dude. I'm thinking of having fucking land in Chicago. You know what I mean? Having land in Asheville. So when I want to visit, you know, I go to my fucking land, man, that I own in Chicago, and we're you know, fuck, if you want, you fucking live there, and anybody else in my friends or family that I trust, they watch it for me while I'm not there, you know. And you got your own too, because like I said, I hold the vision for all of us to be, but you know, but I'm imposing shit on you. I don't know what your vision is, man. I don't know what it is. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me. Or you don't have to, but anyway. Well, and I also believe the more silence around these internal things, the more power they have. It's like these internal journeys we go through, man. It's like, I feel like sometimes the more silence we have around them, the good ones, the more silence we have around them, the stronger they become, man. That's one thing I feel. Does that make any sense?
That one's dead.
Yeah, because it's like you let that voice out, it kind of takes a little of the energy with it. Like I've spent so much energy talking to you about my dreams and shit, but I don't mind. It's kind of good. It's good. It's like churning my brain. And but
let's go.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Like, that's what I mean when I say you don't have to tell me. Like, you know, like cultivate that shit, man. Think about it. Let it just boil in there. You know. I mean, I don't know. What do you just want to live simple and? You know what though? You know, okay. You want to live simple and just like backpack, travel around, or you just want to fucking, you know, have enough money to just only need a part-time job just to stay sane. You know what I mean? Like just to keep. But or do you want to just have a garden, dude, and just take care? That's where I want to get, Junior. The only thing, like, fuck, get solar, so I don't have to worry about the electrical bill, and all I have to worry about is like the internet, man. But then I have the food. Live simple, dude, and just fucking do that. You know, is that what you want to do? That sounds cool. Fuck, do you want to, you still want to have a little fucking tech cave and with a 60-inch screen, with VR? Like, that's cool. Once again, I'm probably talking more about my dreams. But, yeah, I mean, either way, dude, we gotta do, like, a family trip to Mexico, man. I wanna go see where our little ancestors were, bro, before they... Wait, so what I figure, man, is... Yeah, you're right. But on the history side of it, is like, see, by the time the Spanish showed up, everything probably got scrambled to fuck, So it would be like we'd really have to do some research to figure out where our Nahua ancestors were before they got to La Estancia, or to Zacatecas. What is it, Zacatecas or some shit? I don't know. Zacatecas. Zacatecas. Sock me that Texas, man. Sock it to me that Texas. Sock it to me that Texas, Pete. But you know what? So you nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. I just remember you, dude, as like you would make jokes like that, I think, when we were little, you know what I mean? Like we would just make stupid jokes like we were all dumbass, like or maybe it was me, dude, and maybe it was me and we just kept doing it like just like some, I don't even remember. It was an attitude, like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like cause we were always just playing, man, and like we were always trying to be tough, I felt like, Yeah, man, like maybe because like I was the older one or something than you, but like I don't know, dude. Maybe I felt like I had to prove something to everybody because I was the new guy, So I just start sending out all this tough energy, like I don't know, dude. Do you remember do you remember it like that at all? I mean, I guess that was pretty aggressive. Because it wasn't hard, right? Oh yeah, it was hard, and you would you would just be like, probably wanting to just fucking knock me out, man. Like, what is this kid doing? You're probably laughing like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Yeah, you're just like, yeah. What is this little white boy doing, punching me? What is this little colonial motherfucker doing? Like, I recognize half of him, but the other half, what the fuck is this, man? Like,
wait a sec, I'll fix you up.
Dude, straight up, dude, I feel like that's what happens with my white family here, man. Like, I feel like they recognize half of me, but I feel like they look into my face and there's part of me they don't recognize, and I feel like that's what subconsciously fucks with them.
All done, let's go.
Does it? Yeah, man. Does that make any sense? Yeah, dude. Like, and then they see my mom, and then my name Britt is actually my grandfather's brother's name, and he was like considered kind of the family fuck up because he did whatever he wanted. So I think it's like a triple whammy. I'm Mexican, I'm my mother's son, and I'm named after the family fuck up.
Those tourists are fucking dumb. See if they try that.
You know how like you would laugh when I would punch you? Like this is why I'm laughing, because my family's punching me with their own bullshit in a way. And it feels good just to laugh about it because it makes so much sense, man. I feel like that's the truth. But my gift is that I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It's the fucking truth. Oh shit, dude. It does, dude. It really does. It's been stressful the past couple of days, actually. Past couple of months. Like I said, we had those people in our house from like December to March, and then like, and then in April, dude, like, okay, I didn't finish that story. I'll finish it real quick. They, it went off the rails because we asked him to help us, and he misinterpreted the text I sent, and he just sent me a whole bunch of bullshit. And then I was just like, he just said everything he said showed me he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And that just showed me that, like, I can't do this anymore. So I had to he was actually, no, he was, it was a couple. And so he was actually black, but he was like a mix. He said he was a mix of different native things, but he was raised Jehovah's Witness, man. And so he was mentally, like, not okay. Because he'd just been basically fucking lied to, man, and abused. And I felt really bad for the guy, you know, and it just really wasn't working out for him in his life in general. And I'm not going to go into how they showed up, but we just basically said, all I'll say is, like, they got kicked out of wherever they were on December 20th of last year, right before Christmas. Damn, bro, happy birthday, man. Thanks for the... Yeah, it was in January, bro. But no, dude, it was just like, I mean, we don't really celebrate Christmas. I mean, I'd rather give gifts to people all the time when I have my money going, you know? But anyway, like, but these people they were with do celebrate Christmas, and they kicked them out. It was really bizarre. Anyway, so these people stay with us, and yeah, he was like a mix of all this native stuff, I guess, and he had just been completely rejected, man. It was just not good. Anyway, so it was very easy for him to misinterpret what was being said or communicated to him, so that's what happened. And so for 3 months, I tried to kind of play the middleman and between Valeria and them, because it was just pissing Valeria off because they just weren't getting it. And I was just thinking, like, oh, these people really jive really well. Some things they were really understood, and I thought it was really going to work. But anyway, long story short, he didn't get it. I said, okay, I can't do this anymore. You guys need to go. You need to leave. And then they thought we were joking. And then the next morning, before I got out of bed, Valeria went out to them, and they were the part of the house they're staying in, and told them that they need to go. And they basically just said, oh, we've been staying up all night. Because I told them the night before they need to leave, you know, and it was through a text. And then they stayed up all night trying to figure out how to, you know, where to go. But then they decided that they had the legal right to stay on the property for 30 days. And basically, I mean, I don't know what the law is, but the way I see it is they weren't paying any bills. They weren't paying any rent. I mean, they paid some bills, but they weren't paying any rent. We just kind of had an agreement that they would help. But the problem is that they were mostly nocturnal, and they didn't want to, you know, be on our rhythm even kind of. And, you know, they said they wanted to help us around the house with the millions of things we need done here to help, you know, that we need help with here. And they did kind of help with some things, but it was kind of stagnant, man. The energy was very stagnant, and it wasn't going anywhere. And then on top of it, that he just couldn't figure out a basic thing I asked. They just needed to go, man. And anyway, so then they turn around and say they have a legal right to 30 days. I don't know the law, but Valeria knows the law, and she knows her rights. And, you know, they pissed her off, man. And so, you know, it was just like all the nice stuff was gone. And basically, you know, she told them they need to leave. And then it was funny because we had a meeting with the local Black Lives Matter group in town. So we went to the meeting, And one of the really big guys we know that we had worked with a couple years ago, briefly, he showed up. We didn't even know he was coming, but he showed up. And this other guy who was in Vietnam, and like, dude is intense, but basically we got these two guys. This is the Vietnam guy and this young guy who's big as fuck. Like, he's not fat, he's fucking huge. His arms are like the size of my head. His chest is like the fucking size of just me, probably. Dude's huge, man. But he's very, like, he's a very gentle soul. He's a very chill guy. So anyway, we had to get these two. Yeah, he looks scary. So we had to get the Vietnam vet drill sergeant and the puppy dog, giant puppy dog, basically to get these people to get motivated to get the fuck off the property. And that's a long story short. And so anyway, it's been intense, man. It's been an intense fucking bunch of months. Because, you know, they left in March, and pretty much from like February to April, we were planning this delegation, you know, from Nigeria. And so then they showed up in April, and then they left, and then it's just been May. It's just been an intense year, dude. I left school in January, I left work in December, and it all worked out so I could focus on that delegation, so that I could be here, so that these people could get the fuck out of the house, you know? And now, you know, Valeria's nonprofit, we're looking at how can we use this nonprofit to work in the community. And even, you know, Valeria almost doesn't even give a fuck about that. She's like, how can we get her business going? Because we need to make money. You know, that's her focus. She gets kind of pissed off at me because I get distracted. I get distracted on the social justice stuff, on the human rights stuff, because that's where my heart's at, you know, because I really want to understand how those things work. You know, not that I want to be a lawyer, but I don't mind reading those legal things and understanding that. I want to understand that. I want to organize and educate people around those things. But there's really no money in that, you know. And yeah. But that's what, so it forces me to refocus. It shows me I can't give what I don't have, and I can't help anybody if I can't help myself. So, you know, just like you can't help me if you can't even, you know, you're still trying to get your shit together, man, you know. And I don't blame anybody. And I'm just fucking grateful that you got PS Plus for the next fucking year. And every fucking Tuesday, or at least once a week, at least once every 3 months, we're gonna fucking game, dude. That to me is worth it. You know, because that's part of my healing, man. Way the fuck out here. Mm-hmm. What fucking time is it? Oh, it's still early. Shit. I'm gonna turn off my